Hi everyone, this is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I'm going to be working in my traveler's notebook. I will be documenting my recent reads. I believe this is my December Studio Calco traveler's notebook, so I'm documenting December reads. Now I have two Polaroid photos of some of the books that I read, and I will be adding them in a glassine bag because I have two photos. They're pretty large and they're going to take up a lot of space. So adding them in a glassine bag really helps with the space. Now, I also decided to use one of my Feed Your Craft 3x4 cards. I trimmed it down to fit into the glassine bag. I will take it to my typewriter and just add some journaling about these books. And then I will slide it in the glassine bag. And this really helps with the space. And I get to add my journaling and my photos. Now, once I get that done, I'm going to be using this gorgeous Reed acrylic piece from Colorcast Design. I love the color of this acrylic and it just worked perfectly, obviously, with my theme. I'm also using these Hexagon wood veneers, also from Colorcast. Now, the release last month from January's release, 2019, was all book themed, so you get these beautiful hexagons and this acrylic piece. So because I love these hexagons so much, I want to add as many as I can, but I don't want it to look too brown because of the wood veneers. So I decided to use some of my own hexagon stickers to break it down a little bit and also bring in some of that navy blue from my acrylic piece. So now that I think I like how this looks, I will just go ahead and start sticking things down. And I'm not thinking about the bottom part of my spread yet. I know I have to balance it out and still use some of those hexagons at the bottom part. But for now, I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm working at the top part of my layout, trying to make it all balanced and pretty. And then I'm going to start working on the bottom part. Now for the bottom part, it gives me a little bit of grief because it was really hard for my brain to kind of try to balance this out. I always kind of try to balance the left side with the right side, but I don't think I work as much as I do with the top and bottom parts of my spread, if that makes sense. I don't even know if I'm making sense. But what I mean is I usually don't kind of balance top and bottom or break down my traveler's notebook into top and bottom. So it was a little struggle. Anyway, going back to what I'm doing. To break down the wood veneers at the bottom part of my layout, I decide to stamp. I'll be using this beautiful blue, navy blue sticker or label. I'm going to stamp Cozy Up with a Good Book and add that and tuck it under my glassine bag. And that way I can break down the colors of the wood veneers on the bottom part of my layout. Now, actually, that stamp set is from Carrie Bradford. Love that stamp set. I believe it's called Reed. So I went ahead and did that. I'm thinking at this point, I like how this looks. So maybe I should just go ahead and start sticking down these hexagons and stop moving them around. And I'll also even grab another hexagon sticker from my stash to add and break this down. But I end up hating it. It actually sits there for a while, but I will end up removing it and adding another hexagon instead. Now, my acrylic piece is really, really pretty, but very dark. And I kept thinking I need to figure out how to brighten it up a little bit. And while I was, sticking everything down and trimming off my wood veneers, which, by the way, whatever I trimmed off, I still kept because I knew I could use it for a different spread. But I thought maybe I should stamp a few phrases from that Reed stamp set and on some white cardstock and add them probably under my acrylic, over my acrylic, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And actually, once I stamp them out, I end up adding one to my glassine bag and one under my acrylic piece, but I felt like it was lost on all this bright paper, you know, because it's just white and yellow and stuff. So I end up moving it on the acrylic piece, and I really like how it looks. It really brightened up my acrylic piece, and it added a little something to that acrylic. So just doing something very simple really made a big difference, and I really like how it turns out. But I do that in a little bit. I also added a little phrase in navy blue just to bring in more of that navy to the right side of my spread. I like how that one looks, so I end up just going ahead and sticking those down. And this is where I decide, let me try it on my acrylic piece, and I really like how that looks, so I just added it to the center. Now at this point I'm thinking, okay, I'm done. I'm just gonna go ahead and add some navy blue crystal drops, but I kept looking at that little hexagon sticker, hating the color, hating how it looks. So I'm gonna end up removing that and adding another wood veneer hexagon to my, or in that spot. I'm actually also removing one of the hexagons because I felt like it would have looked better on the bottom, and then added the cozy up with a book in its place. Now it did tear my paper a little bit, but it's not a big deal because I knew I was covering it up with another hexagon wood veneer. But anyways, I believe I am done. I'm just gonna trim off the bottom part of that hexagon and call my layout done. I love how this turned out. I love the navy blue with the yellow, and I love that acrylic piece is just gorgeous. Anyways, as always, I will add all the links for everything I used in the description box for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.